for example, in certain companies, certain employees are provided residential accommodation, even if it can be temporary, or sometimes senior management people get the residential accommodation. That is also considered as salary. Or like for example, all of you are covered under the medical insurance which is provided by the company. So that is also salary, because it is covering your life, so or your family's life. That insurance which is per company is paying for that, and the company is incurring, the company or whatever organization is incurring that cost because of that employee. So therefore that also becomes a salary, part of the salary. Then the other components of salary is leave encashment. When somebody goes out, generally what happens is the leave encashment is paid out of the salary, and then at the year end when you submit your proof of having traveled, you get the benefits deductions. But ideally, the way the salary leave encashment provision works is that when an employee actually travels and comes back and submits the proof of the having traveled and the expenses details, then the company pays them the encashment of the leave. I mean the leave travel allowance. That is called as leave travel allowance, and that is also a salary because you are being paid for your vacation when you go out on your vacation by the company. So therefore, that is a benefit which you are getting from your employer. So I mean, in nutshell, what does it mean? Any benefit an employee gets, whether it is monetary or non-monetary, through because of his employer and employee relationship, then the whole thing whether is considered as salary. Advance receipt is sometimes the employees may be paid salary in advance. Even that is considered. In fact, the income tax works the way it is. If you receive salary in advance, so like for example, 3 months salary I take it in advance. Can that be taxed in this year? Yes, ideally it will be taxed in this year. But employers work out, because it becomes too much of a burden. There's certain mechanics through which the tax is deferred by the employers. But as per the strictly going by the law, it is taxable. Advance salary receipt is also taxable. And contribution to employees provident fund. So as all of you know or aware, there is contribution what you do to the provident fund. Provident fund is your PF. Similarly, the employer contribution is also there. The company also pays the similar amount what you pay to the PF, and that is also considered as salary. If it is exceeding certain limit, then there are certain limits which are specified under the Income Tax Act. Right now, whatever contribution all of you are getting from the company, that is exempt because it is within the limits specified by the income tax. If it exceeds certain limit, then it gets taxed into your hands, though you may not get that benefit in your hands.